Welcome one and all to the Dead by Daylight HALTexe Invitational. Today we have a fantastic game that's going to be played by the one, the only, that's right, the Plague. The Plague is a sinister, scary woman. She's going to be walking around throwing up on things today. Powerful energies, powerful vomit, and she'll be going up against 4 survivors today. These survivors will be going around the map, attempting to complete 5 out of the 7 generators on the map. Once these generators are completed, the exit gates will open, and they can attempt to escape, as long as the Plague does not kill them first. The Plague's goal is to down these survivors, as you'll see in just a second from our clip here. Downing the survivor, 1 hit injures, the 2nd hit downs, and then they're going to be put on a hook. After the 3rd hook, the survivor dies, and that is the goal of the Plague. The Plague's ability is called Vile Purge. It allows her to spew vomit all over the map in a stream. Landing on survivors will cause them to become sick. After becoming sick, they start to vomit, and if they don't cleanse at a fountain, they will surely be doomed because sickness is bad in general. The sickness can cover not only survivors, but items on the map, such as pallets, generators, or vault locations. Touching these items will cause yourself to become sick, and being sick is bad, as we've discussed. The killer is allowed to bring add-ons to the match, with the first one being Vile-O-Medic, which considerably increases the Vile Purge effectiveness. Her second add-on is Incensed Ointment. It slightly increases the movement speed while charging her vomit, and moderately increases the cooldown that happens after it. Alright, now the match is loading up, getting ready to start, and we're going to be following around our favorite High Priestess, the Plague, as we've discussed. The Plague is a powerful, powerful killer that can have insane map presence. Her ability to infect several items at once basically lets her claim them for her own and deny them the access that the survivors want to those generators, those pallets, those vault locations. It looks like the game is loading up, so let's go ahead and spectate the Plague on what seems to be Mount Ormond Resort coming up. Now, the early game is not always easy for a killer like the Plague. She does have to cover the map with essentially as much vomit as possible. Her vomit does have a linger time. That item that she just threw up on right there, that generator, will only be affected for about 35 seconds. After that, it'll be clean again. It does look like she does see a survivor in the killer shack right here. This is essentially the killer's domain. She's going to, it looks like, vomit on the survivor, almost immediately fully infecting them. Infection takes the survivor all the way to the first injured state, meaning she doesn't even have to hit them for the first time. She only has to down them now. And she's going to chase what looks like the newest character in the game. I think her name is Yui. Looks like Yui's going to vault over the window. The Plague is going to vomit on the generator over there, denying the Bill from access over there. Excellent multitasking. She has been palleted by the Yui. But that is one less pallet they can use later on. Looks like Bill has also joined the chase, and he's disappeared. Yui going for another window vault, trying as hard as she can to escape the evil clutches of this Plague right here. Oh, but it looks like she's been downed. Taking her to the nearest hook possible. Let's see. And it looks like there are no nearby hooks. I think she's going to, yep, she's going to try and attempt to take her to the basement. The basement is a location with 4 hooks, 1 entrance, 1 exit. Great spot for the killer, but it looks like the survivor has wiggled out in time. Didn't make her way to that basement fast enough. As grim as this situation looks, she does know that 2 survivors are nearby. She's going to go ahead and infect that generator after damaging it, letting it regress the progress. Looks like she's found Bill in the killer shack, and he's wasted a pallet that could have been used to stun the killer if she walked close enough and it was dropped on her. She's following Bill to another pallet has been dropped, another stun wasted for him. He is currently infected but not fully sick. She's going to wait for that sickness to gestate within him. And oh my gosh, a absolutely stunning sniper shot. Love to see that in real life. He is fully infected, wasting another 3rd pallet. He's going to continue to be sick, fully sick. And that is 4 pallets for this chase with an actual successful stun, finally. But it looks like, yep, she is all done with this Bill. She's had her time with him, and she's going to move on to this generator over here that has been worked on recently by a fully sick survivor. She might be able to hear their coughing nearby. Nope, looks like nobody is nearby. But there, right there, is a notification. Somebody's destroyed a hex. One of her perks was tied to that and no longer is active in the game. The perk was Ruin, allowing all survivor skill checks to be turned from great to good and good to bad. And she has found Nancy Wheeler from the show Stranger Things running in front of her. She's trying to fully infect her. As you can see in the bottom left, she's only green. We want to get her to red. Now she's red. 1 hit from death, and there she goes. And we're going to try and get her to the nearest pallet. Or not pallet, excuse me. The nearest hook. This is going to be the first hook in the game. A very late first hook. Very, very late. But no generators have been started either. It looks like her Ruin add-on, turning those good skill checks into bad, has definitely been helping out. Slow the game down in her favor. Now, she did have the perk activated. It's called Barbecue and Chili. This perk allows her to see survivors a certain distance away after she hooks someone, and she found somebody in this basement right here. Let's see if she can find them. Looking around, unsuccessfully fully charges Vomit. Looks like she's trying to infect a locker before going in. And it looks like somebody is to her left. She got the wrong locker. Running out, you can see their scratch marks on the ground. Oh, this is a tense chase. There we go. There's David King. His first sighting this match. And 0-time Vomit recipient. Still scot-free. And there she goes. Now, he's not fully infected yet. She'll have to do it one more time, it looks like. Oh, maybe another. Maybe another. He's going to keep running. This may be the time that she finally gets him. There we go. He is finally fully infected. She's going to one-hit down him and take him to a nearby hook. Now, this really just goes to show that sometimes the survivors that are best at hiding are the worst at evading the killer's attacks. Sometimes they just play to their strengths, and that's okay. It looks like the Plague has found their one gen jockey, is the phrase that some people may choose to use. Looks like Plague has found Yui again. She's still fully infected, has not cleansed her sickness away in fear of that corrupt purge, and has already taken a down. This will be her first down, unfortunately for her. And the second hook, there's still that first original survivor sitting on the hook over there. And the survivors do not want 2 people on the hook at once. That is half their team unable to do any work. And it looks like the Plague has found Bill, and he's going for the signature pallet, the non-stun pallet. Running back to, it looks like, another survivor. I don't know if he has borrowed time or not. Borrowed time, an ability allowing you to unhook a survivor, and you're both immune from damage. But it looks like it's not. He's just going to run around, take Plague on a little tour. A little sideshow run. And we've still got the 2 people on the hook. This will be the 3rd person on the hook, which is very unfortunate for the survivor team. They have 1 person to unhook. And that is it. She's going to... Oh, and it looks like Barbecue and Chili, that perk allowing her to see survivors after hooking one. It looks like she's found the 4th survivor. And one of the survivors has been sacrificed, permanently dead from the match. She downs the Nancy Wheeler. And it looks like Bill over there has freed himself. A rarity. Either he got the 4% chance to unhook himself, or he has the perk Deliverance, allowing you to unhook yourself after safely unhooking someone earlier in the match. And he cleanses out a fountain. This is a tricky move on his part. It allows him to be fully healed, but it does give the Plague a very big upper hand, allowing her Vomit to do damage instead of infect. This will do 1 damage, either injuring them or putting them in the down state. And Bill has gone over and unhooked Nancy Wheeler. Let's see if she can find either of them over here. near no gens. It looks like this game is no longer about gens, just murder. Who can live the longest? Now, there is still a chance for escape, but only one of them. This would be the hatch that comes up later on. And it looks like she's downed Nancy Wheeler. This is going to put her most likely in her third hook, I would say. Hook nearby. She's going to go ahead and take this hook. The Bill is still full health. Other side of the map. Yep, that's the last hook for Nancy. Barbecue and chili revealing Bill's location across the map. She's going to dart across as fast as she can. Oh, there's the hatch right there. The hatch is a secret location on every map that unlocks when there's only one survivor left, allowing them one last chance at escape, and it looks like the plague has closed it. This means that Bill only has the option to open one of two gates, or both if he's good enough. I highly doubt it. She's going to go ahead and infect the first gate. With that first gate infected, she'll immediately know if Bill has started working on the gate. By looking at the bottom left corner, you can tell when survivors are infected. She's going to infect that second gate, allowing her to keep heavy map control. And it looks like the Bill is already infected. She knows she's not at the he's not at this gate, so she's going to go ahead and dart over with her Corrupt Purge, allowing her to instantly down him. And while this is already a win in her case, 3 out of 4 survivors have been killed, she's going to go for that 4K. Bill looking like he's running into the killer shack, and despite the name, this is a very powerful area for survivors. There's a vault location, and there was a pallet there earlier for the Bill to use, but he's already used it. And this looks like it's it for him. Tries to sneak around the corner, abuse the killer's tight field of view, but it doesn't look like that's going to work. And the basement's right here. The final resting place of Bill Overbeck, I think is his last name. We'll never know for sure, but we do know he's dead. And that is it. An absolutely stunning 4K. A very oddly paced match for the Plague. For sure, absolutely. And it looks like she's doing the infamous vomit spray circle. A very rare, very beautiful victory dance, some would say. Well, that's been it. A stunning 4K from the Plague here. This has been the Dead by Daylight HALTexe Invitational. Thanks so much for watching. I've been HALTexe, and you've been invited. Thank you so much.